Welcome back. Today we're taking a look at a magic block and broken planes. Let's get started. Alright, so here we have the BF-109. I think it's G. Maybe it's not a G. I don't know. Maybe it's an F. But the point is, this is the BF-109, and this is the movie plane version where the wings fall off and the tail falls off and the engine catches on fire. But it's broken now. And this is the only plane that I have that's broken. There's probably more, but I'm going to show you two that are broken, and I'm going to tell you why they're broken. So in case you're having trouble with some of your planes or logic, you know why. So before we jump into the editor, let me show you something really quick, what I'm talking about here. So if we jump in this plane and we turn on the electricity, and oh, I don't know, we throttle up a bit, let's throttle up a bit, and we hit start, nothing happens. And I was like,
whoa, what's wrong with my plane?
So if we go into the editor, I'll show you what's wrong with the plane. So with the latest update, the radio logic, which is for entities or different vehicles that are separate from each other. So in this case, I have 3 or 4 different entities, and I'll show you right now. So we have the tail, we have the middle section, of course we have the wings. So that's 3 sections, I guess. Yeah, and so what happens here is, if we look at my logic for starting the engine, it comes back, right here's the starter, and it comes all the way back here, and it connects here. And guess where that is at? That is sitting on the tail. So with the new update, because they've put in a lot of logic for separate entities so that you can send radio signals, this no longer works. So if this logic is on this block, or any other logic is on this block, it's not going to interact with the logic that's on the other entity, or however you want to call that, the different parts of the vehicle, the separate piece. So what you have to do, and what I have to do, is I have to go and fix this by moving the logic back into here, or by getting crazy and doing the radio logic just in this little area here. It's probably easier just to go ahead and move the logic. I think I can do that because the way of this comes apart, I think. Yeah, see my logic here for holding this on, this tail on, is in here. Although, now that I think about it, I don't know about the tail. So this might be all broken. I might have to go ahead and use radio logic. Let's see really quick if the tail moves. I don't think it will. Let's see, let's come back here. Can't see it. There we go. Up, down, left, right. No. So in order for this plane to be fixed, I'd have to spend time and go ahead and make radio logic inside here that connects to inside here. So just so you know, if you're trying to fly some of my planes and they do anything fancy, or have separate parts, that are probably going to be broken. I don't know if this counts for my wings. I should probably check another plane really quick. But I know that that movie plane is broken, and I know that the frantic bomber is broken. So because these engine parts are separate, also this part is broken because of the tail being a separate section that falls off. So you can see here, this engine is separate, that's separate. This is probably broken as well. I don't know. I hope not. But yeah, so all of these require a bigger rework than I'm willing to do right now. And let's just check another plane. Let's see, the Spitfire is still a work in progress, but I was updating the Spitfire with some new parts. But let's go ahead and see if the ailerons move. I don't know. What's that block doing there? And if they don't, that means that even if I do a separate wing, okay, that works. Why does that work? I am curious. Because the reason I ask is these wings are separate from the body. But I guess because, I don't know, why do these work? I'm not sure. That is a mystery. If anybody knows why this would work compared to the other planes where the bodies are separate, why the ailerons work, let me know. Right now it doesn't come to mind why this would be a separate part. I guess because the logic is here and it's connecting just to an aileron. But if it was actually, if there was logic on this wing, it would not work. And even electricity works. Alright, well that's something to think about. I'm guessing that it has to do with the logic being on the main body of the part and then able to connect the electricity and the aileron logic to it. So if you have any vehicle that's broken, take a look at what parts are separate from the main body of logic. That's cool. Alright, so what we're going to do today is we're going to come back to this guy, and I'm excited because there is a magic block. And the magic block is called Keep Active Block. And what this does, let's read. It says, a keep alive marking block. When on a vehicle, the vehicle will not despawn when out of range. So with this thing, I had originally built this, and I didn't know this, but we'll go ahead and show you. Can we show you? Let's see if we can show you. Go ahead and spawn this. I think there's going to be something we need to fix. All right, so let me show you this. There is going to be some broken stuff here because right off the bat, you're going to see that this is not on. This side is on. And that's because, of course, logic for this is probably over here. So let's fix that really quick and get that straightened out. So if we look over here, we have a on block. So it's turning on the magnet, but the magnet is not working because the logic is over here. And we're going to have the same problem with this, which is my pivot, because the logic is over here. So in order to fix this, I'd have to have this logic over on this block, and then I don't think it's going to work. This is making my mind hurt a little bit because everything that I knew about Stormworks has kind of been tweaked a bit. So what we're going to do is go ahead and copy this block. Can I just grab it? Okay, we're just going to do a cheat real quick. Can I put it in a nicer place than that? Let's see. Let's put it down there. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and hook it up to this thing. And if we spawn it, we should now have a nice bit of connection going on. Okay, so it is. So what you're going to see now is what I did have before, because when I used a pivot joint and I would turn, that joint would stay stiff. It didn't pivot. I mean, we can try it to see if it changes. I don't think it's going to change, but we can try it. So we will get rid of this right here. Let's see here. Doesn't really matter what we do because it's broken anyways, so we can go ahead and try the pivot. Where is the pivot? Boop, boop, boop. Right here. Okay, so I had this before, early on, and it didn't like it. Okay, so we have to kill that completely. And just put that there. And put that there. Okay, so let's connect it to the body. Alright, so now we have this joint. And in theory, it should turn when we turn, right? Because the trailer is probably heavier, and then when you turn the body, it should kind of turn like a tractor trailer. But I had trouble with that. Okay, let's go ahead and turn it on a little bit. Alright, there we go. Alright, so if I turn, is the joint working? See, it's a little bit weird, actually. I guess it's kind of working. It's working a little bit better than it used to, for sure. Alright. So what I'm going to show you is I'm going to bring this little guy out here. This is a German ME162. And the little thing that's carrying it right now is a tractor trailer thing called...
Slipper slapper. A slipper slapper?
I don't know. I can't remember what it's called. It's something like that, but it's in German and I can't say it. So it's a...
Slippen slapper. Slippen slaven. Slippen...
Yeah, go ahead, random. Miro, you can correct me, Sebastian. Yeah. But what we're going to do is go ahead and put it in its place here so we can take off. And we're going to make a turn. It's not really that bad now. Yeah, it really wasn't working before. Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. So that's off. So we come over here, and let me remember how this works. Let's see. Okay, so let's get this plane off here before we end up in the water. Drop that down. Get back in here really quick. And we're going to go ahead and start up again. And just drive this off to the edge. All right. We don't really care about this. So what I was trying to show you, without that magic block, here is what happens. So if you are creating a drone or if you're creating a plane that has multiple parts and one stays on the ground, what will happen is we'll get in this little guy here and we are going to fly off into the sunset, sunrise, midday, and we are going to have a problem. And I'll show you what happens. So how's this work again? Okay, it's been a while. So we turn it on pretty much full blast. And then the engine will turn on. And then when we get a light, we pull up. This is our pull-up light. Oh, there it goes. And I left the canopy open. Alright, so we're going to take off over here. And this plane, in real life, flew about 10 minutes. We're not going to get 10 minutes out of this gas. But what we will get, I think, is a vanishing plane. So I am now floating away, and the plane has vanished. So, whoa... If we go back over here to the island, we see that our tractor thing is still actually going in reverse. I didn't know I left it in reverse, but it is. So let's go ahead and grab it. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put this magic block on all these parts. Now, I tried earlier with just it on the plane, and the plane still disappeared, which was odd to me, but I got a lot farther out. So I decided, you know what, let's just put the magic block on both, or all three entities, right? There's three. There's one, there's two. Technically, there's more than three, but these are the main bodies. So there's this one, and this one. So we're going to go ahead and put the magic block on this one, and I'm going to put it on this one, and then inside this one, we will put this block as well. So as I was saying, I did try with the keep alive block only on the jet, and I left it off here. And of course, these don't despawn, but as soon as I got a little bit farther, I mean, I got quite a bit farther actually, with the jet, it finally disappeared. So I don't know if that needs to be on both, but I'm going to try that this time and we'll see what happens. So like I said, earlier when I tested this, it disappeared. What? What? Huh. Alright, how far did we get? We got right here. Interesting. Alright, so let's go back in real quick. See, this did not despawn. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to test that again and see if the magic block does not do its magic. Okay, so we're going to delete that one. We're going to go ahead and delete this one. Maybe it only allows for one magic block to be on. Does not say that. But let's look back here. So here's a magic block. There's no settings for it or anything special like that. And we're going to save it again. And then we're going to go ahead and spawn. Okay, there we go. Oh, there it is. Right when that light goes on, you have to pull up. Okay, so let's do it down here. We're going the right way? Okay, well, we'll go this way and see if we get farther. So this is a test with the magic block, the keep alive block, on only one part of the vehicle. So maybe that's what it needs. But like I said, I did get pretty far when I first tested this by myself. But again, I disappeared at a certain point. So maybe it just gives you more range and it's not quite working correctly. Or maybe I'm just wrong. But we will try to go as far as we can. Nope, there it goes. How far did we get? We got a little farther, but it's not working. Alright, so I don't think this works the way I thought. So I thought, of course, as I told you, if you put a block on here, you put a block on here, whichever part gets farther away would not despawn. So I thought because this one despawns when it gets really far, putting the block here would keep it alive. But what I think happens is if this is separate and I was like flying this like a drone, then I would want the block on here. And I'm not in it, and because I'm over here in a different vehicle, if it flew out of range of where I was, it will keep it in the world. So this does not fix my problem, unfortunately. So I'm guessing that is what the problem is, and I'll just submit like a bug and see if it should work the way I think it should work, or it's basically just for separate entities that are drones and are going outside the radius of where the player is staying still, and it's by itself out there. So it's kind of a bummer. I thought that would fix this. That's why I haven't released this, because I wanted this to be all one piece. Of course, I could release it with two separate entities, and that would work great, but yeah, it's kind of a bummer. Alright, so thanks for joining me. I'm sorry that this video turned out to be a big fail for me. I was hoping that it was going to fix my problem, and maybe I could release this thing as well sooner than later, but it's still not working, and I was so wrong. So anyways, I will see you next time. This has not been a useful video, and feel free to give it a thumbs down, because I am. Alright, catch you later.
Have a great day. Goodbye!